tonight's atmosphere will be like any of those old-time games, and it was. And it was. I want to thank our fans. I want to thank everyone for that. That helped.
What did you counsel your team in terms of the missed layups first half?
Oh boy, I didn't bring it up, but oh boy, I did not bring it up.
Questions for players?
Oh, you got one for me, Joe?
Yeah, when you go into a game like this, obviously, trying to focus, change gears, so to speak, from the Big East with the disappointment about being in NCAA. Were you satisfied with that, the focus in the first half, or was that maybe part of the lack of attentiveness you were talking about, and it looked like it came around in the second half?
Were you at media day the other day?
I was not.
Okay. You know, because I addressed it, I mean, the whole line of questions the other day was, you know, how are you going to get your team up? How are you going to get them ready to play? And I said, you know, you lose in the Big East tournament, you realize you're not going to the NCAA tournament. And so, you know, probably the next 30 or so hours after that, you're just like, you know, but then you realize we have a chance to play. And then all of a sudden the pairings come out, and you realize that how many good teams across this country and our league aren't playing right now. And so, you know, you see who you're going to play with, and then all of a sudden you're playing West Virginia. We're very familiar with them and how they do things. And so, you know, I don't think our first half was a function of the blahs, or I don't know what you want to call it. I just think they played well in the first half. We had to tighten up a few things at halftime. We tightened them up at halftime. We played better in the second half.
With the atmosphere you had tonight, do you wish you had more home games here in the future? Maybe one home game a year or two home games a year?
I don't think so. I wish we could have that environment at the Verizon Center, and so which we've had in the past. And so, I mean, that's great. I mean, I think a lot of, much like I was talking about myself, people that have been to many, many games here, you know, you get nostalgic and say, hey, you know, we should do that. You know, but at the end of the day, we have some financial responsibility, and as much as it's a great environment, I think playing here, we lose a lot of money that we could gain even on a bad attended day at the Verizon Center.
Devontae, could you describe the rhythm you got in the second half?
I mean, mostly it was just great screens. Nate, Moses, Mikhail all setting great screens. Markel just, you know, finding me around the perimeter, just, you know, back cuts, a lot of things like that. I think he had 7 assists today, so, you know, it definitely was just being in the right place at the right time. You know, he saw.
Markel, what's it like when you see a teammate start hitting shots like that and the offense finding its rhythm?
Oh man, it was so much fun out there. I mean, I didn't know he missed 6 shots. I felt like he missed like 2, personally. But I mean, he was in rhythm today. I mean, you know, you go through practices and, you know, you scrimmage against one another, and he's hitting shots, and you're just like, gosh. And then you see it, you finally see it tonight. I mean, that's big. I mean, unbelievable game. Unbelievable game.
I thought you meant the rhythm he got to get those rebounds.
That too. As a senior, what's it mean to keep playing another week or another game?
Oh, it's an honor. It's a privilege. Looking forward to whoever our next opponent is.
Markel, speaking of fun, it seemed like you were enjoying the crowd. You pointed them a few different times. That atmosphere, it seemed like it was right perfect for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I just had fun. Just had fun. And I think the energy from the crowd translated to us, and I wanted to give it back, just to let them know I was having fun too.
As a senior, how much did that go into your thoughts leading into this game that, you know, this game could have been the last one?
One of the first games I ever came to, like when I was in high school, was Georgetown played Radford. I can't remember, it was either my sophomore freshman year, and they played a game. They had a game here. So I can remember then. I mean, the atmosphere was incredible, and you know, finally play a game in here. It meant a lot. And you know, like I said, moving on to the next opponent.
What do you tell yourself when you might have rimmed out some layups early on? How do you keep your confidence up in that?
I'm in the gym, you know. Some shots are gonna fall, some are not. Probably took some bad shots in there, but at the end of the day, the team needs me to take shots. You know, the guy to my left too.
It's not a bad shot if he's taking it and making it. It's not a bad shot for him.
So you know, I mean, you know, it's tough, obviously mentally, but you know, 7 rebounds. That's a career high, 7 rebounds. That was a career high.
Any other questions?
Looks like you will be playing Florida State. Any thoughts on?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, sorry. Any thoughts on Coach Hamilton's teams in general, or this team in particular, which I can't imagine you've had a chance to look at?
We saw them in Puerto Rico.
Oh, sorry.
Were you there?
I was there.
And you know, we didn't match up against them, and it's not like we studied them. Maybe my assistants did. And I know they've already started with them in Florida Gulf Coast. They're big. I mean, just sitting here now, I'm personally not educated enough on them to give you an educated answer. Other than I remember Leonard's teams always defend, and I just remember in Puerto Rico they're big. They're really, really big. Now, if you give me, if you want to call me in 3 or 4 hours, I can give you a much better answer. Much better answer than that.
Do you know when you play?
I just found out who we played, so I definitely don't know when we play.
Find out tomorrow night.
We'll find out tomorrow night. So I'm hoping that means Friday or Saturday, not Thursday.
Are you a little disappointed you didn't get a second shot at Florida Gulf Coast?
We just want to play. We just want to play.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, now, maybe you can't write or talk about it, but everyone make note of Max's 3-piece.
Yeah.